Hi friends, it's Lyla with the Tapestry of the Unseen, and I got a new deck in. Now, I think I mentioned this before, but I love collage decks. And, as you know, I have a very special relationship with animals as well as birds. I've had a very special relationship with birds. So when I saw this deck here, Magical Hours Tarot, and saw the cover, and she has a bird, this beautiful image, I knew it was going to be mine. I knew it was going to be mine. It's just beautiful. So is written by Cecilia Latari and illustrated by Fabiana Belmont. How to get my magnifying glass. So, beautiful box. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous box. This is by US Games. And satire box. Now, there's two boxes, because inside this box, there was a tuck box. I guess it's a nice tuck box comparing it to others, but has a lot of protection. I'm just going to put, the big box on my shelf because it's a beautiful box, and then I'll probably keep the deck in this box. That's kind of nice. There is the book. There is a little book, and let's see here. I was looking through it and it got a little bent out of shape. It's basically user error why it looks like that. So let's see here. So magical hours. In nature, time is ever changing and magical. The light changes every hour, and with it the colors and subtle sensations. Each moment of the day is inhabited by insects, animals, and flowers that follow one another in a natural and ancient rhythm that marks time, days, and seasons. In this deck, we can follow the path of the sun and moon through one day and one night. We will meet fantastic and real creatures, guardians of the dawn, the twilight, the deep night, and the distant shining moon. The Major Arcana, when arranged side by side, describes a time cycle from sunrise to sunset to full night, ending with a new dawn. The deck is a journey through time, space, and dreams. Well, that's beautiful. So it goes into wands are dawn and all plants associated with dawn. Pentacles, daytime, and all plants associated with daylight. Cups, twilight, and all plants associated with twilight. Swords, deep night, and all plants associated with deep night. And it just goes into more detail. Let's see here. So here is the Fool card. Dawn. And then it gives a time, a little blurb, and that's for each of the Major Arcana. The minors, a smaller image, and it looks smaller right up, it looks like. Then we have, okay, before formulating a question, preparing your deck. Incense smudge. Okay, so let's see. All right. And then it talks about the author, Cecilia Latari. Cecilia is an author, theatrical pedagogue, educator, actress, and director. She is an herbalist, a trainer in the field of nature, with a predilection for outdoor education. Her work and studies focus on themes of sacred plants, fairy tales, and oral storytelling. She is the author of Woodland Fairy Tale Tarot, Zodiac Tarot, Herbana Witch Oracle, and The Secret Oracle of the Garden Witch, all published by usgamessystems. I did not know that. Interesting. Okay. And then Fabiana Belmont. Fabiana studied art and illustration in London and then in Spain. Since the early 2000s, she has been using Photoshop in her work, but has also experimented with traditional photography before devoting herself entirely to digital collage. She has designed numerous book covers for independent authors, won national and international competitions. Her work is known for its surrealism, the inspiration it draws from nature, the feminine, and the dream world. Okay, very nice. I was looking to see if there was any kind of spreads, but I don't believe so. Interesting. It would have been nice if there was some kind of, you know, spread that was created with, you know, with a theme of daylight, twilight, etc., or hours, or the passage of time, or something like that. That would have been very, very cool. I don't see any though. Oh wait, here we go. Let's see. All right, the 1 card, a 3 card. All right, so this is from sunrise to sunset, 5-card spread. I guess that's the only one that's kind of like morning star, inspiration, visions. Where can I find what might inspire my situation? Okay, so very nice. All right, so let's put this away. And this is the deck. All right, so it is a chunky deck. And these are the backs. These backs are beautiful. All right, let's turn it over. This is glossy cardstock. Let me get a traditional tarot card. We have this. Oops. So it is a larger tarot card, taller and wider. This is a standard size. Okay. And okay. It is glossy, shiny, and it's beautiful. All right, so let's get into these cards. The Fool. The Magician. Wow, beautiful. I like how she has this, you know, energetic aura or power emanating from her. The High Priestess. Beautiful. It's like the mist. She's actually levitating. The mist, and then there's waterfalls around her. The Empress. Beautiful. The Emperor. I'll have to check in the book, but if this is like an eagle, right? He watches over his domain and knows exactly what's going on. The Hierophant. Eyes. The Lovers. Beautiful. This is a ram. Oh, we have a crow. Okay. The Chariot. That's beautiful. Strength. One of my favorite cards. You know, if you see the clouds here, they're kind of heavy, right? Like they're carrying something. But inside and within, or above the clouds, there's the light that's coming from above. It's that inner strength. The Hermit. Beautiful. The Wheel of Fortune. This is gorgeous. Justice. She has a sheer veil over her eyes. And then the wings symbolizing air. The Hangman. He's pouring tea, so taking time out. Death. Wow, well that's a very crazy looking creature she's riding. Temperance. Beautiful. The Devil. You know, in this card, when I saw the Devil with the violin and the two women, it's like that they're enchanted, right? So what was that? Was it a fairy tale or a movie with, God, I can't remember, but it was, he would play a flute or something, and it would basically enchant and call all of the children to him. I can't remember the name, but anyways, this is a very good depiction of the Devil card, because it's, you know, he's playing something that is enchanting them. The Tower. Interesting. So she's up here. The Star. She's holding on to hope. Perhaps hope that things will start coming in, or perhaps that somebody will come in and help her, or that things will change. The Moon. The Sun. I really love this card. Wow. Judgment. The World. Ace of Cups. You know, I think I would have preferred this to have been maybe down below, and maybe the white border to be a little bit more translucent or not so obtrusive, because the image is just so beautiful, and having two lips on there, like, see how it hides part of the lion face? But this is a gorgeous card. Two of Cups. Wow. Three of Cups. Beautiful. Four of Cups. Five of Cups. Six of Cups. These are mermaids. 7 of Cups. 8 of Cups. So it's not the traditional view. And to me, I don't know what the book says, but it looks like she is departing, right? She's leaving something behind, and there's all these new possibilities where she's going. All these new potentials. And she's looking towards that and leaving below, the city below, leaving something behind. 9 of Cups. 10 of Cups. 8 of Cups. I like this one. You know, the page is kind of a young page, and it shows the creativeness and with the wave, the emotions that with somebody who is younger has, and then sitting on the big fish. I like that. You know, and then the hair, it looks like there's wind, right? So when somebody's younger, their emotions can change quickly. 9 of Cups, beautiful card. Queen of Cups. King of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. You know, I usually see like eyes or faces in a lot of the cards when there's kind of in things that I'm not quite sure if they've meant to have an eye there, but here they did. And the sunflower, I mean, it looks like an eye. Three of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. This is actually a really cool depiction of the 8 of Pentacles. So she's working on her craft and she's manifesting it, created it into reality. And there you see the fox actually becoming real. Isn't that, I feel like that's pretty cool. 9 of Pentacles. This is the card, the cover that got me. I just feel like there's a lot of tenderness when she's holding the bird. 10 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. What a beautiful card. Knight of Pentacles. Gorgeous. Queen of Pentacles. There's a small person here. The rabbit, and then beautiful birds. Interesting. King of Pentacles. It'll be interesting to know why the kings have, you know, an animal head instead of, you know, a human head. And it looks like he has some disciples or some, it looks like, Ace of Swords, beautiful. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. Six of Swords. Love this. Seven of Swords. Look at that. She's taking her heavy load and she's taking a rope ladder up into the heavens. Eight of Swords. Nine of Swords. There's a horned, winged monster or something there, but she looks peaceful. Interesting. 10 of Swords. So, yes, it's death, but renewal, right? A new beginning after an ending. Page of Swords. Knight of Swords. Queen of Swords. King of Swords. Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. So the broken wall, or the opening in the wall, it's like she's planning to move into her next, to leave or to go on to her next venture. Three of Wands. Four of Wands. Five of Wands. Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands. So, looks like messages or something she's receiving in her heart space. Messages from the ancestors. Nine of Wands. Ten of Wands. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands. That one eye is definitely looking straight at you. And King of Wands. Shuffle, let's see. You can still nicely overhand. And then let's go ahead and do a riffle shuffle. They're a little bit taller, so, but it was okay. It wasn't where your hands feel like they're gonna cramp, but nice riffle. We're gonna pick out one card to read from the book. What message? Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, Twilight Plants, as the archetype of the suit and its synthesis. The Ace of Cups holds and makes all emotional waters flow. This is where all the emotions encountered in the cards that follow it originate from and will return to. How difficult is it to tune in to what we really feel? Here we are given the opportunity to discover how we feel, not just physically, but emotionally. How do we feel in the situation for which we want clarification? How does that person, that job, that experience we just went through make us feel? The Ace of Cups gently brings light towards the heart and asks you to pay attention to what nourishes and heals you. In the waters of this seed, every emotion has a right to take shape without overwhelming the others, without overwhelming us. Okay. So that was Ace of Cups. So let's do, I did pull some cards for pairings. I'm not quite sure if they're going to look nice. All right, so the first one we're gonna try is the Christophania Kipper. So I thought maybe this might look nice with it. Let me just split it here. Okay, so we have the House, Page of Pentacles, and Gathering. I think these look pretty nice together. All right. We have Thoughts, Death, Unexpected Money. Okay. Wow. That's kind of morbid. Having thoughts that maybe somebody will pass and leave an inheritance. I don't know. Okay, so we got... All right. We got Prison, Four of Wands, and Waiting. Interesting. So this could be a reading for somebody who feels like they are in maybe a marriage or in a situation that feels like a prison, and they're just waiting for when they can, when the time comes when they can leave. Okay, so that, I like that one together. It's very straight to the point. My goodness. Okay. So I grabbed this oracle, the luminescent oracle, and let's see how that one works out. Let's see here. So I'm going to move this card. So this is Knight of Cups, and we'll split this out here. So we have Compassion, Knight of Cups, and Love. So have compassion for yourself and love, self-acceptance. Let's see here. Next one. So we have Curiosity, the Sun, and Revelation. These read really well together. I like it, and I think they look nice, but you know, I'm not an expert at pairing by look. Acceptance, the Hermit, and Confidence. I think these work really well together. Very pretty. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one. The next little, I grabbed this one. I'm not sure if it is Whispering Whimsy Oracle, and I got this on Etsy. It came in this little tin, and it's a little deck. I'm not quite sure if it'll go with this, but we'll see. All right, so let me move the Hermit. So we have Nine of Cups, So we have liberation, 9 of Cups, and rebirth. Wow, these read really well. Now, I needed my magnifying glass because it has additional keywords on this little deck, but because it's like cursive and small, so it says liberation, uprising, emancipation, free. And the 9 of Cups is basically being free. I feel like, you know, she's her own woman, she is happy, she has what she needs. And then here we have rebirth, rejuvenation, rise, and renewal. Okay. Yeah, I wish they would have done the writing at the bottom in like a font that's easier to read. My eyes are just bad. And a little bit bigger. Okay. So here we have mastery, achievement and accomplishment, Page of Swords, curiosity, and we have exploration and inquisitiveness. Very nice. We'll just do one more. So this is mercy, mercy. Well, I'll read just the big keywords. So mercy, the Empress, and romance. Oops. It's that font that's kind of funky. But anyways, what do you guys think of this little one, this little deck? All right, so let's go on to I think I have one more deck that I will pair to see how it looks. That is this. It's a Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. Wisdom from the Heart of the Earth. His oracles are always so beautiful. So let me get it out. All right, so all right, so let's unveil our next card. The Devil. Okay. And I will scoot in. So these don't have keywords, but so you have to go, but the write-ups in the book are really great. Oops. And, you know, I think this looks really good together. So this is Australian Agate, the Devil. And this one is molybdenite. You know, there's like a portal right here that's opening from the ground. Interesting. And actually this even looks like a portal. And the colors, I think it looks really good together. So let me read you one of let me see here. So we'll do the molybdenite. Let's see here. I'm not going to read all of it, but just a little message. Your life is always held in perfect equilibrium by the divine natural order that exists within all creation. Believing that you have somehow failed or made the wrong decision or choice is simply an illusion. There is nothing you need to change or fix in your life apart from your sometimes unbalanced perceptions, mainly your self-criticism. Now that you are always worthy of love, you are eternally blessed. Start to accept all of who you are as you are, and you will see your life magically and lovingly transform. All is in perfect divine order. From a spiritual perspective, there are no mistakes in life. Every experience is a lesson in love and wisdom. Wow. I mean, believing that you have somehow failed. And then we have this card and the devil card. Wow. I think that's a really good pairing. Okay, I'm not going to go into the other ones because then we'll be here all night, and yeah. Oh, why didn't I should have just broke it in half. All right, so let's pull the other card. Okay, so the Emperor, right? Oh, wow. God, these cards are just so beautiful, aren't they? Okay, so this is Moonstone, the Emperor, and Kyanite. So we'll do one more. Lapis Lazuli, the Hierophant, and Selenite. Wow, these are beautiful. I bet I'm like so tempted to go into the book, but I'm like, we can't be here all night. Okay, these are just gorgeous. One more for the road. Okay, Aquamarine, Swords, the Four of Swords, and Smoky Quartz. Wow, this is just beautiful. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Okay, those are it that I just grabbed to pair with, but this is a beautiful deck, and I'll be using this a lot, and it seems to read really well because, my goodness, just paired with the cards, things were just flowing inside my head. I think Spirit likes this one. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think of the pairs, if you liked any of them, and what you think of the cards, because they don't have, like, not all the cards have the typical, you know, Rider-Waite image. How do you feel about that? But this was a beautiful deck. I'm happy that I have this in my collection. Thank you again for hanging out. I really appreciate our connection. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll talk soon.